Yeah, the fun never stops during my visit to Bangkok. I'm making the most of my few days here, and I'm going to do something I've been intending to do ever since I moved to Thailand. Never quite got round to it. Let me spin round, give you a clue. There, can you see the sign? Happy and healthy bike lane. Something a lot of you might have seen when you've landed at Suvarnabhumi and wondered what it is, or gone over it in your taxi on the way into the city. Let's investigate, and I'll explain to you now what it's all about.
Right, how to get started. First you go to the website, the link of which is in the description box below. To pay for the bike lane, you need to register with Snap, which you can do on the website, or as I found, the ladies in the office at the reception were extremely helpful and helped you through the process. The website's excellent. Click on the tabs at the top and it takes you to various sections, gives you all the information you need. That includes renting a bike, and if you have one of your own and you want to store it there, you can do that as well.
So that place there, that's the information and your Snap registration if you haven't already got it. And the ladies in there were so helpful, you know, obviously me not being brilliant with all the technical stuff, they helped me no end. Fantastic, I'm all sorted, and they've given me, let me show you, they've given me that. It's got my Snap ID in it and everything. I can use that anytime I come now. And this area around here, cafes, there's a 7-Eleven over there. There's certain rules and everything on the track, which I'll explain as we get going. But lots of food options. There's a massive car park over the back here. There's a play area. Everything you need. I've arrived on a bus directly from Mimbri. The 549 I recommend. If you go at the end of the pink line, jump on the 549 and it drops you right outside. There's the tourist police across there with the flag flying. Yes, lots. It's a beautiful open space. What a great way to make use of a big expanse around an airport. So we'll see how we get on. There's coffee shops all a lot of you. I'm going to have some nutrition because I'm booked on at 4 o'clock. And here's something worth remembering if you've a lot of time on your hands. If you arrive at Suvarnabhumi, there is a shuttle bus that goes around the airport ground. Look at that, a lounge and shower area open to the general public. That's worth remembering, isn't it? And that looks like the entrance to the track. We'll discover that in a little while. Yeah, excellent. If you want to bring your own bike, you can store it here and have it repaired. This indoor area, shops to buy your training gear and running and cycling and cycle shops. It really is fantastic. Really impressed. I hope the bike lane lives up to it and I can get round alright. Yeah, bike shops. Everything you need if you're a cyclist. What a great facility. I wonder how many Farangs actually know it's here and how many have made the effort to come out. Who knows? Who knows? Charges here for your phones. It's got everything you need, really. So there's my main machine, which I've got for 4 hours. It would appear when I ordered it, you order online, as I showed you earlier, and I chose one that was too small, but the guys in there, again, brilliant. Changed it for me, sorted the seat out so it's the right size. But as you can see, a bit of a problem at the moment. I'm going to give it 10-15 minutes till that big cloud's cleared off. Well, that's the beauty when you got it for 4 hours. And as we'll see as we go around, there are plenty of stopping points with shelters, toilets, everything you need. Now there's lots of bikes available, as I showed you in the introduction. I've chosen mine today, 420 baht for my 4 hours, and included you have to wear a helmet, and the fan want to fit me perfect. Let's see if I can keep it for when I'm batting next time. A handy tip whenever you're in Thailand this time of year, get to 7-Eleven, one of those sets you back 25 baht, opens up into a big poncho. Ideal if you're going walking or going to football or concerts, anything like that. I'm going to wait until this rain stops, but they're great bargains. Well, I got my bike a bit earlier than I should have done, so I'm still before my 4 o'clock start time. But as you can see, the weather's horrendous. It's closed in like nobody's business. I'm just going to pray that this passes within the next hour. The irony being, I booked 4 o'clock because I wanted some twilight shots of the planes coming into land and it not being too hot. There's no danger of that at the moment. I would get absolutely drenched for the second time in 3 days, and a potential cold before I head to Koh Chang on Wednesday. So if I lose my money, I lose my money, but I'm not going out in this. With apologies to whoever sang this properly, it's now or never, the bicycle. Right, let's see how I crack on. Right, here we go. Let's give this track a try. I've only been a couple of 100 metres and I've got a proper mean machine compared to my bike up in Sisaket. I think this could be fun. The track's brilliant, really flat as well, which helps. So, let's see how we get on. Oh my goodness, there may be trouble ahead. Getting a full repertoire of songs for your money today, guys. Not sure I'm going to be singing in the rain if that lot drops. Let's see. Give us a wave when you get home. Loads of sights that you see as you're coming into land or taking off, or going in the taxi on the way to the airport. You recognise those big signs there, guys? Those big billboards? Unmistakable as you turn off to head towards the motorway towards Suvarnabhumi. And look at this coming over the bridge now. That's the airport link train. Well, I'm enjoying this. We'll do even more if that weather stops away. Nothing encapsulates Suvarnabhumi and welcomes you to Thailand more than that big billboard there. As you see, as you're leaving and you're heading towards the city, where this horrible weather's coming from. Stay away, rain, stay away. Right, having a little break under this bridge for reasons that'll probably be apparent looking up at the sky. Now, things I'm quickly learning on this expedition, and I should know already really, is that airports are built on very flat land. Therefore, when it's windy and a storm's coming, it blows like hell. Oh, it does. If you happen to be, and I know this is a zillion to 1 chance, if you happen to be on one of the planes that has taken off or landed and look down thinking, what is that idiot doing on the track? Give me some support. Now, you see that thing up in the distance with the dragons on the roof? That's a restaurant on the end of Lap Krabang Road. So, that'll give you some idea. I reckon I'm about a quarter of the way around now, which has taken me 25 minutes, I reckon. As soon as this rain stops, it'll be a doddle. if it stops. Suvarnabhumi is nicknamed by a lot of Farangs as Swampy because basically it was an old swampland. Apparently it's something to do with cobra swamp. So I'll be keeping a close eye out for any cobras coming out. And yeah, the massive drains all the way around, massive rivers and drainage ditches, as you can see, to drain the water away from the airport runway and everything. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Songs from the shores, folks. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. More on request. There we are. Where dreams are created, where many land, and heartache begins as they fly home. All been there, thankfully not for me anymore. There we are, the unmistakable design of Suvarnabhumi Airport. You see just behind the tower there, that's where the departure lounge and everything is. I'll go right to the bottom and round past that and up the other side. Yeah, one thing about this track, and it certainly is worth bearing in mind, once you set off you cannot reverse, you must go all the way around. You can only cycle one way. So if you're not fit or you're unsure about the weather, don't bother. So this stretch of the track goes towards the southernmost point of the airport. Over there you see those lamp posts with the dragons on the top. Well, the other side of that, there's a few sides run down, that runs down to King Cow Road, which goes to the heart of Samut Prakan. Suvarnabhumi is in Samut Prakan province rather than Bangkok. But yeah, where those darker clouds are down there, that's towards the Gulf Coast. So around the track there are rest areas, and I've found the one at 12 kilometres, and this gentleman has agreed to have a few words. What's your name?
My name is Godai. I'm from Japan.
And do you live in Bangkok now?
Yeah, I'm living in Bangkok about 10 years.
Wow. And do you come to this track a lot?
Yeah, it's almost like kind of every week.
Wow, yeah. And what do you like most about it?
It's like the weather here is like, you know, they're quite good, and like, you know, there's no cars, you know, the running around, so like, you know, we don't need to worry about like, you know, the people come to the Thailand, like people worry about like, you know, get hit by the car or something. There's nothing to worry about here. There's only the bicycle running here. It's really beautiful here.
If you could recommend to anybody what time to come and cycle, when would it be?
Usually like I recommend you to come like at 7 o'clock in the morning, or like, you know, the evening around like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It's gonna be like not really hot. But the daytime from like, you know, the 9 o'clock to like 3 p.m. is like, oh my god, it's really hot. So, you know, except the time is gonna be really better.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Hi.
There you go, you can have a laugh at me looking silly, me outfit. The gentleman I've just interviewed, I saw him at the last stopping station. I'm here at the second one, and I just asked him, can I ask you a couple of questions about the cycle track, and then we got chatting. He's the importer of Sapporo Japanese beer into Thailand, and I just happened to mention, I could have done with the football last night instead of the Chang that they're selling at PAT Stadium where Port play, and you won't believe it, he was also at the match. Talk about small world. That's why it's always nice to be nice. Right, I better crack on. I think we've got a break in the weather for 10 minutes. Oh, this was the bit I was looking forward to, the wind behind me. Gone halfway. There's the airport over there somewhere. Let's go. 12.5 kilometres gone. Gone halfway. Now these rest areas have drinks machines as well as toilets. You see a plane taking off there. Off you go, my darlings. Airport's somewhere up there. Yeah, they've got drinks machines, but the thing to remember is you do need to have either a Thai bank scan on your app on your phone, or use a a contactless card from your own country. Price is very reasonable. There we are, that's how far I've gone. The track's about 22 kilometres. So the next stop's home. There we are, that's the Suvarnabhumi you'll be familiar with. Those famous designs of each gate. The floodlights coming on here. I had hoped for a beautiful sunset. That'll have to wait till next time, because I've really enjoyed this and I've got my wristband now, so I can come anytime. Another one coming in now, look. Bringing holiday makers to make their dreams. Certainly happened for me. Right, I'm very close to the finish now. Where those strobe lights are, that is where I take my bike back. And across there, that little dome, and the floodlights, that is where Customs United play. I've been to football there loads of times. I didn't realise I was that close. So yeah, just round this corner and I'm done, over these bridges over the lakes. And that was an adventure. Now, believe it or believe it not, I went all the way around. I'm wet, I rode in treacherous conditions, and the last little bit to go down to return your bike is on a little ramp. And I wasn't quite sure I was going out the right way, so I put my brakes on, skidded down it and fell off. I've cracked my elbow and my knees. I tell you, somebody had filmed that, my viewing rate would have gone right through the roof. But yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I enjoyed it all. I'll ache tomorrow because of that little accident, I tell you. I better have a beer on the way home to make sure that I ease the pain. So if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, tell your friends, ask me any questions you want, make comments. Every little helps towards the algorithm, boosting this channel. And I'll see where I'm up to next time. I know tomorrow I think I'm playing golf and snooker. It's the way I roll. And then umpiring cricket on Thursday. It never ends. Alright, take care and have fun whatever you do. We don't know how long we've got, do we? Have fun, take care and be good to others. See you next time.